Welcome. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your time. Thank you for joining today, both in person and online. I also want to thank the cabinet, the trustees, faculty, staff, students, alumni, parents, friends. Every part of the college community needs to know that the State of the College Address is the story of all of us and one that builds on a rich history. There are a few exceptions, but what I'll mainly focus on today are the parts of the story that have evolved over this academic year. New people, new projects, new updates. What you'll see is ours is a story of courage, innovation, and high aspirations for the future. What I'd like to do is spend about 24 minutes sharing this story. Next year, it'll be 25 minutes. Then we'll have much of the remainder of the hour for Q&A. I'm especially proud of the community that we have here at Harvey Mudd. Faculty, staff, and returning students work to fold in new students into it from the very moment they arrive here. I was thrilled to see how eagerly they were welcomed during move-in weekend in the fall, and I was delighted to see the club fair take place just last week. A warm welcome to the 37 new staff members who've joined our college. Their key roles play a vital part in the seamless functioning of our college. I also want to acknowledge the effort our existing staff put into onboarding the newcomers. Your warm reception has not gone unnoticed, and I appreciate the collective effort in making them feel right at home in our college community. We have 9 new faculty members who've joined our college. Their dedication to teaching and scholarship is instrumental in driving the impact and innovation we're known for. A warm welcome to our new faculty and a heartfelt thank you to everyone. Your commitment is truly appreciated. I'd like us to recognize and offer congratulations to some of our students, staff, faculty, and alumni. Mudd students shine. Their accomplishments are personal milestones, as well as reflections of the exceptional talent within our community. Congratulations to Ryan and Lucian on their astronaut scholarship, to Sydney on the Goldwater, and Danny on the Merton Hassa Prize. The staff in our college are known and appreciated for their commitment to excellence. The communications and marketing team received recognition for their comic book-inspired view book aimed at prospective students and their Pi Day campaign materials. Miguel Rubalcaba received the Mudd Prize. Daniel Guerra received the Bender Prize. Kim Neal and Larry Vasquez received the Outstanding Staff Member Award. Congratulations to our staff and thank you for your ongoing dedication. The faculty at Harvey Mudd are among the very best. They carry the reputation of the college forward in professional organizations across the country. Professor Benjamin has been recognized by the Backgammon Hall of Fame. Professor Martinozzi has been recognized by the Institute for Operations Research and Management Sciences. Professor Williams has been recognized by the Joint Policy Board for Mathematics Communication. The stellar research of the college's faculty has been strongly supported with external funding. Professor Brake received an NSF Career Award and NSF funding for his work in plant phenotyping. Professor Santana received the Social Science Research Council funding and NSF funding for tissue engineering applications. Professor Zhuang received an NSF Career Award for her work in computational chemistry. Congratulations to all our faculty for their continued innovation. There is a particular thrill to seeing our graduates go on to achieve other successes. Joshua was recognized with the Levi Covenant Prize. Claire, Abel, Kausick, Marcelo, and Anna all received NSF Graduate Research Fellowships. Sydney received the Watson Fellowship, and we congratulate them all. Let's bring some key facts and figures into view. As of December 30th, we now have nearly 8,000 living alumni of Harvey Mudd. And it's been a real pleasure for me to meet many of them across the country over the past 6 months. Our college campus comprises nearly 1,300 individuals, students, faculty, and staff who are engaged across the campus in a myriad of ways, across our departments and centers, across our programs of study, across student clubs, across engagement opportunities, and across groundbreaking research projects. This reflects the vibrant spirit and collaborative ethos that defines our college. I'm pleased to share some insights into our fall 2023 incoming class. We proudly welcomed 226 talented students. The pool of over 4,700 applications and 13% admission rate demonstrates the strong interest in our college. This class, diverse in many ways, embodies the inclusive and global spirit of our college. Among first-year students in fall 2022, an outstanding 97% persisted to their second year in fall 2023. Our 4-year and 6-year graduation rates are also very strong. These encouraging figures are a testament to the holistic student experience at our college, emphasizing dedicated advising and a welcoming, supportive culture. Post-graduation, approximately 60% of our students enter the workforce, securing a high median salary. Meanwhile, nearly 24% pursue advanced degrees with a 100% acceptance rate into graduate programs. Nearly 2/3 of them choose the path of pursuing a PhD. Our students embark on industry journeys across the country, with California leading at 16%. Our students are sought by companies of all sizes, from large companies that are part of the Magnificent Seven stocks to smaller organizations where our students can have a big impact. For those pursuing advanced degrees, the most esteemed institutions top the list. The fact that these renowned schools actively seek our students underscores the exceptional quality and preparation of our graduates. As we recognize the pivotal role of faculty in shaping our institution, I'm excited to share our plans for welcoming 11 new faculty members in the next academic year. I'm pleased that 7 of these searches have already concluded successfully with signed offers last fall. The remaining 4 searches are actively underway this spring semester. Kudos to our diligent search committees, and a special recognition to our dedicated chairs and deans for leadership in these areas. Your hard work in attracting talented new faculty ensures a bright future for our college. Our clinic program, a national model for STEM education for over a half-century, is integral to the junior and senior years. It offers students invaluable hands-on experience with exceptional companies and organizations. This year, we've added 23 new partners to our clinic program, providing our students with even more opportunities to collaborate across the nation and around the globe. This expansion enhances the richness of our academic offerings and will be able to witness the outcomes of their impressive work on Projects Day. And now some good news and updates from the year. I have mixed feelings about rankings. I'm sure you've read some of the arguments about dubious methodological work, and maybe you have your own doubts about some of the results. What do you mean ABC College is better than us on XYZ factor? But when they say we're number one, that seems right. Our fall lecture series brought three visionary thinkers, Jaron Lanier, Ruha Benjamin, and Stephanie Dinkins, to campus. They challenged us to think deeply about the ethical, social, aesthetic, and technological dimensions that shape our lives in the evolving AI age. These discussions sparked contemplation, conversation, and enriched our understanding of the complex interplay between humanity and technology. We have 4 new staff leaders across the Division of Student Affairs, including Cindy Martinez as the interim VP, Dean Veronica, Dean Nita, Dean Katrina, all began their positions this month. We're also grateful for Stephanie Graham, with her many years of experience at MUD, for serving in the acting CCO position at this time. Their roles are pivotal in supporting our students and effectively conveying our college to the world. Highlighting the evolution of leadership within our faculty, I'm pleased to acknowledge 2 members with longstanding contributions to Harvey Mudd stepping into new roles. Daryl Wright now serves as a department chair, bringing his expertise to guide the HSA department. And Daryl Young assumes the crucial roles of core curriculum director and associate dean for special projects, shaping the academic landscape and fostering innovation in teaching at Harvey Mudd. A cornerstone of the Mudd experience is learning to navigate interdisciplinary frontiers, a priority for students and alumni alike. The second offering of Core 79 to all students is in progress now and being taught by 7 professors. Having attended the Impact Course Showcase last week and 2 class meetings this week, I'm truly impressed by the exemplary pedagogical work on display. This course harnesses knowledge and skills developed in the core to understand the roots and possible remedies for climate change from a variety of intersecting perspectives. The 2018 campfire is used as a motivating example of the concepts drawn from areas like geoengineering, indigenous knowledge, and storytelling with temporal spatial data. Witnessing the brilliance of our faculty and students as they grapple with these important ideas is a testament to the power of interdisciplinary education at its finest. Speaking of climate, the momentum continues with the approval of a new chemistry climate major. While there is still some work ahead in curriculum planning and faculty hiring, we hope that students will be able to apply for this groundbreaking major starting this fall. This innovative program reflects our commitment to addressing pressing global challenges and providing students with a dynamic interdisciplinary education. In addition to an exceptional commitment to teaching, Harvey Mudd is also home to world-class research. One remarkable example is our initiative to slow the spread of sleeping sickness. Professor Schultz, supported by an NSF Career Award, is spearheading research on the African trypanosomes, which are parasites responsible for the fatal disease transmitted via the tsetse fly. Through genetic engineering, her team is making parasites fluoresce green during the insect stage, enabling the screening of small molecule inhibitors for therapeutic development. Moreover, this research has broader implications as similar proteins and parasites causing malaria are being targeted. Inhibition of these proteins in mosquitoes shows promise in preventing parasite growth, potentially disrupting the transmission of the malaria parasite. This transformative work exemplifies our commitment to research excellence with far-reaching impacts on global health. Our second exemplary project delves into the fascinating realm of quantum entanglement. Quantum entanglement is a captivating property of particle pairs. It enables them to exhibit correlated behavior across vast distances. This phenomenon serves as the foundation for quantum computing and various quantum communication technologies. Professor Galicchio, supported by an NSF Career Award, collaborated with several undergraduates on experiments involving both quantum and astronomy aspects. Partnering with Nobel laureate Anton Zeilinger, they used light from distant galaxies to test the persistence of these correlations. This groundbreaking work not only advances our understanding of quantum mechanics, but also contributes to cutting-edge research at the intersection of quantum physics and astronomy. As many of you may be aware, there's a plaque in front of North Dorm that commemorates Seeley Wintersmith Mudd. He, alongside James Blaisdell and Ellen Browning Scripps, played a pivotal role in developing the Claremont Group Plan, the foundation for the remarkable consortium we now know as the 7 Cs. It's my distinct honor to stand alongside the other 6 presidents and lead the Claremont colleges into the future. And it's especially gratifying to arrive at a time when Presidents Marcus Newhall and President Thacker are also new to their roles. We are committed to working together for the future of our unique and vibrant consortium of colleges. In this last segment, I'd like to look ahead at college affordability, strategic planning, and campaign planning. At Mudd, we're committed to providing an exceptional education. While this comes with resource constraint requirements that are reflected in the tuition level, we are also committed to ensuring that financial constraints do not hinder access to this transformative experience. While diligently moderating tuition increases, we have consistently met 100% of every domestic student's demonstrated need through a combination of grants, scholarships, loans, and work-study programs. Still, there's more to be done. I'm pleased to announce the Task Force on College Affordability, which embodies our dedication to fostering a landscape where affordability is not an obstacle. Over the next year, this task force will explore scenarios that consider the complexity and range of needs. It will make recommendations that will support our cultivation of a future where access to quality education is equitable and more affordable for all. Strategic planning provides us with a unique opportunity to collectively shape the future of Harvey Mudd. Let's tap into our creativity and daring as we think about our next chapter. We kicked off our strategic planning process with an information session last November that invited the community to add their perspectives on our values, essence, and what makes Harvey Mudd distinctive. This week, we took a significant step forward with a SOAR analysis. That framework is beautiful in its simplicity. Start from strengths and leverage them against existing opportunities. Create a vision of future aspirations and the expected results they will bring. With approximately 100 participants across 2 sessions, we used Group Map to collect 889 ideas into our SOAR analysis, fostering lively conversations. The insights from the SOAR analysis will be the input for 3 working groups: Imagining Harvey Mudd, Academic Vision, and the Student Experience. The steering committee will assist me in guiding the planning efforts, ensuring the effective integration of recommendations from the working groups into our finalized strategic plan. That strategic plan is essential as we go into our campaign. Embarking on a comprehensive campaign is a journey that guides an organization to its future. Philanthropy is a powerful force, inspiring and mobilizing others to action. Having well-defined strategic priorities facilitates bringing others along. We're also doing a lot of work behind the scenes to get ourselves in condition for this marathon. And as we prepare for this transformative endeavor, we are in the pre-campaign planning phase. Crucial questions shape our approach. What insights can we glean from campaign consultants? What campaign timeline will maximize effectiveness? How can we ensure the success of our case for support? What strategies will test our philanthropic agenda with key constituents? I'm grateful to share that our board is forming a subcommittee of trustees to collaborate with the cabinet and me in navigating these critical questions. I look forward to working with our entire MUD community to ensure the success of our next campaign, securing the resources to fulfill our highest aspirations. In conclusion, there's much for us to take pride in. Our faculty members, true leaders in their fields, are shaping the next generation. Their mentorship is pivotal in preparing students to embrace the challenges of the future. Our impact is felt far and wide with innovations aimed at improving the climate, safeguarding health, exploring the properties of particles, and much more. What binds us together is a robust sense of community, a community of learners, scholars, leaders, and responsible innovators. A heartfelt thank you to everyone for your unwavering dedication to excellence in liberal arts STEM education. Here's to continued success of our college. Thank you. I'll reserve the last 5 minutes or so for some announcements, but until then, I'm happy to take your questions or comments. We've got a mic that can rove, I believe. Sarah's got the mic. Oh, and Kelly's got one too.
Do you have any plans for addressing the increase in academic honor code violations? And when I say increase, I mean compared to pre-COVID levels.
I will say that first, I've been really impressed by the work and commitment of our faculty to spend time together working on the honor code, taking in data about the experience faculty and students have had with the honor code. I've seen them develop an agenda for looking at the honor code and strengthening the honor code in the future. So I'd have to say that that work is ongoing, and we certainly recognize the importance of the honor code to our values. And again, I'm just really heartened by the commitment to caring for our shared honor code that everyone has. I'll pause there and ask if anybody from FEC or Tom would like to, if Dean Donnelly would like to add anything to that. Anybody from FEC or who's chairing the Honor Code Committee, please remind me.
TJ, correct? TJ's honor is, yeah, he's the
Okay.
chair. He's the chair of the Honor Code Committee.
Mhm.
And I would just, I'm Cindy Martinez. I'm advising the DB and JB chairs, Leah Twicken and Tom Lamb. Shout out right there.
Okay.
And I would just like to say the increase in numbers, I don't know if that necessarily, that just means people believe in it, right? And people are reporting it. So that means it's working. That's what I would add to it from my perspective coming in from a newcomer into it. And I do think that both our DB and JB chair are doing some exceptional work working with the faculty and communicating how they're increasing the response time, how they're educating. I know at orientation, they were doing a lot of work in guiding, and I know they have a lot more work that they're thinking about doing, working with a lot of the dorm presidents.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Hi.
And also, I should have said before, could you also say your name and major affiliation or other point of interest here at Med, please?
Yeah, I'm Mia. I'm a senior. So you mentioned that the college is committed to meet 100% of the need of the domestic student, and I'm wondering if the college has the same commitment or plan to have the same commitment for all the international students.
Thank you for that question. As you know, we've had a long-term commitment to domestic students. We have limited scholarships currently for international students. I will just be candid, that pool of resources is smaller than many of us would like. But as a part of the college task force on college affordability, that is one of the questions. How can we evolve our processes and our systems to be need blind without regard to citizenship? That's certainly a part of our aspirations. Admittedly, again, we've got a long way to go. That's important, though, to many of us. Yes, please do.
Thank you. Hi, Tara Briggs, Admission and Financial Aid. And we actually do meet the full need of all international students and all domestic students. But Harriet is absolutely correct in terms of the limited number of need-based scholarships we have for international students. But full need is met for all of our admitted students.
Thank you. Important distinction. Thank you. What else is on your mind? I will tell you, I meant to say this at the beginning. When I went to the Core Impact course, I saw that slide numbers, Professor Hawkins announced, I believe, that slide numbers are added to all of the slides so we can make good reference. I meant to say that I had slide numbers for you to look at and we could go back to any of them, but I did add them. If you happen to take note, or I'm happy to go back to any of those slides or topics if you're interested as well. What's on your mind? Other questions? I'm so pleased to see many students here tonight. I appreciate that. What's on your minds? What are your thoughts?
Hi, I'm Xanda. I'm faculty in computer science. By the way, this is Devin. Devin's in computer science as well as a student,
Thank you.
since
Thank
that came
you.
later. I was sort of curious to ask about, you were mentioning sort of cutting edge research being part of what we do. And I think one of the things we're really proud of at the school is how much our students are involved in that research. But we know that there is expense in terms of time, in terms of money for making sure that students can be here, that they can afford to live to be here, that faculty can afford to spend their time during the summer helping those students. That there's, at the moment, the programs that we have don't always account for all of the different pieces that make it possible for these students to have these really necessary research experiences to be able to then continue to be the cutting edge researchers we know they can be. Do you have thoughts about where we're headed or what the priorities are to sort of help strengthen or further enrich the research experiences that we already have and the people supporting that?
Yeah, absolutely. I've noticed that that is an opportunity for us, certainly. I was here last summer and I believe got to meet and interact with over 100 students who are here doing summer research, and to witness the importance of their work and the impact that that has on their career is something that I'm strongly, behind and certainly believe in. There is sort of a patchwork quilt, I would say, right now to supporting summer research, and one, again, that we can certainly strengthen. Maybe I'd like to ask Tom to say a little bit more about that, some of the efforts that we're currently doing to add funding sources to summer research. Some of that's by departments, and some of that is by student need. Could you say a little bit more about that, Tom?
Yeah, so thank you, Xanda, of course. So this is, for those of you who probably all know, but I'll just say anyway, this is a longstanding problem. This is a challenge that we've had since I would come to the college, which is properly supporting the faculty and the students to do the work that they do during the summer. It's exceptional. I think we all appreciate the fact that the experiences the students have during the summer are transformative, that in many ways, I would argue that the experiences they have in our professional work that they engage with us is perhaps our, special sauce at Harvey Mudd. It's really something. And we are not resourced for the work that we do, just matter of factly. So we have been trying to do things in the last few years for supporting, for instance, summer housing for students. We have not always been able to meet all of the need every time, but it is a place where we're taking surpluses and putting money into that. Similarly, we are trying, and I don't have to tell you, we are not completing the project here for faculty's summer support. That's something I wish we could do. It is a very high priority. It's another place we are trying to put excess funding. The board is acutely aware of this and is also frustrated. I promise you, they are frustrated. This comes up in the last year, it's come up at almost every meeting, is something that is indeed a high priority. And that's not a very satisfying answer. But there's not going to be any quick fix on this. It is extremely expensive. You can kind of do the math. Just remember that every dollar that goes into an endowment returns about 4.5 cents. So you can sort of do the math real quick on what we would need to really support our summer program. I can promise, though, that it's a priority. That's the best I can say right now.
I'd like to add one more. Thank you so much, Tom. I'd like to add one more aspect for us all to think of, something that we've talked about in cabinet, that as we're doing our strategic planning and working out our campaign plan, putting together the aspirational cases for support, the real priorities for why we should pursue this research will be a critical opportunity and point for us. In other words, I'm saying, we have to sell the sizzle, right? Along with the steak. It won't be sufficient just to say, we need summer research funding. We have to say, here is the marvelous, amazing aspiration that we have for this research. And to do it well takes many components, and not kind of cut ourselves short or sell ourselves short in making that case, and to present the full cost of it, really, and strive for that. And that's another maybe change or evolution in our thinking about how we really say, what is the cost of a project, and undertaking it when we can do it well, right? So those are some things that we're thinking about that need to come into view. And certainly there's more that we can do to consider how we can best make those cases as we work through our strategic planning process. Okay.
Hi, I'm Serena. Thank you for your talk. That was super interesting. I was wondering, because I know like a lot of the questions that have been asked are like, because you kind of stand behind like a ton of people that you support and who support you. But I wonder, like, from your perspective as a president, because you are in such an important position, what is like maybe one idea or initiative that you have like uniquely put out and tried to push in the state of the college that maybe has received like pushback from other people, or is something that you kind of came up with mostly yourself and wasn't something you kind of just adopted because it was already happening?
Mhm. Well, I appreciate the question. That there's certainly some, I hear a generosity in that, that what are my ideas? What are the passion projects that I have that I would like to see Harvey Mudd execute, right? This is what I'm hearing. And I'll answer that in two ways. One is to say that my own academic background and scholarship is in healthcare systems engineering. I have been doing this work, and I've been in higher ed for almost 30 years and doing work in healthcare for more than half of that time. I think that there are many dimensions to health, health systems, global health, the intersection of climate and health that would be personally interesting to me and opportunities. I have not, however, tried to push that agenda or make that case, if you will, for, for the college to say that this is something that we should pursue. Also with experience and background in higher ed for 30 years, you understand that that is not the role of the president to push a certain, research agenda or topic for the faculty. What's going to be successful are the things that really stem from the strengths that we have and the true interdisciplinary interests of our faculty. The expectations and experiences that our students want to have. And as much as I love work and the impact in healthcare, I'm broadly interested in seeing people be able to bet on their ideas and bet on themselves. I'm at a different point in my academic career now, and those are the things that I'm really passionate about seeing. There's just so much talent here at Harvey Mudd. I'm just committed to seeing everyone here really fulfill their own promise. Yeah. But thank you so much for that question. I see a hand way in the back. Oh, got one in the back, but I didn't see which was first. I can do it.
Hi, I'm Cole. I'd just like to ask, is there any specific financial assistance or aid for people with extenuating medical circumstances?
I will have to ask. I will have to use Lifeline. Tara, do you know? Does Cindy may? No? Okay. Yeah.
Come to the Division of Student Affairs, BSA and Platt. We do have an emergency fund that students can come and apply for.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Cindy. Yeah, please do connect with Student Affairs with Cindy Martinez. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Tom Lamb. I'm a junior computer science major at Harvey Mudd. And I'm wondering, a lot of students have expressed that maybe like the facilities of our dorms and are a bit lacking. We feel like maybe we're a bit cramped, especially in the Drinkward dorm. There's triples that are just I think they were originally doubles and they put like more people into it, make it triples. And there's during like the rain times, I mean, when it rains, it leaks a lot. And then sometimes we can't get the courses we want. So I'm wondering, all this generally is just, do you feel like the college student body is at like a healthy state right now? Or do you plan to increase like the amount of students? Because like Harvey Mudd has steadily increased every single year, maybe like 10 or 20 students. And I'm wondering if you see like a stop to that, like a lot of other institutions have done. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. So I hear maybe two elements in that with facilities and with student size, right? I will just say, I agree with you that there are many ways in which our facilities need continued work. We understand that on the Res Life side, we understand that on the laboratory side, we understand that on the class size. And that's something, again, that we have an opportunity to really think about as we work through our strategic plan, to revisit our master plan. Our master plan does have design for another dorm and another academic building, right? The question becomes, how do we marshal and mobilize the investment in that project? We will have to clarify what it is that we want, why do we want it, how do we bring people into partnership with us to enhance the res life. So I will say here again, one of the things that we've been talking about is selling the sizzle and the steak, right? It's not just that we need a new dorm. We want to build an exceptional res life experience. What does that look like in the future? To the question of student size, I think here again, this is something that we have to consider as we, make our plans for the future. What is the right size for Harvey Mudd? As I've met alum, I've heard this question come up across the decades. Harvey Mudd should go back to being 400 students when I, ex-alum was here. Harvey Mudd should be this size or that size. This is something we really need to think about. We can look at the data. I see a continual growth curve to that data. Do we want to have it go in a certain direction, higher, lower, stay? Why, right? I think the why is the really important question that we'll have to answer for ourselves. And take maybe, 2 or 3 more.
Hi, so if we are.
Can you please
Oh,
introduce?
sorry. I'm Emily. I'm a computer science major. I'm a senior.
Thank you.
And I'm wondering, sort of tailing off of the line of discussion here about either like continuing growth with students, are there also plans to continue to grow the faculty in parallel with that growth so that you could continue to have a student to faculty ratio that would allow people to still have that same like close connection with their professors that like people while I'm at Harvey Mudd have had so far, so that that continues in the future?
Yeah, absolutely. The student to faculty ratio is something that we treasure, right? It is one of our core values, or it's something that we really value at our core. Here again, we look at that data. It's been between 7 and 9, right? For many, many years. I would expect that that's something that continues to be very important to us as we hire new faculty. But a part of the question is not just the student faculty ratio, but really where are students drawn into or being attracted to certain majors. It's more than just that overall composite number. And how do we want to be able to prepare, how do we want to be able to staff to the needs and the demands of students that are influenced by the workforce, right? So as we think about where we want to allocate or need to allocate faculty hires, that's something that we absolutely, pull in to the conversation through the FEC and through Dean Donnelly's office. Would you like to add anything more to that, Tom? No? Okay, good. Good. Okay, good. Thank you. I see Peter here. I see a question back there. Who gets the mic first? Oh, looks like Sarah won. Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I would like to kind of.
Can you
Oh,
introduce
sorry. Yeah,
yourself?
I'm Jackson. I'm a computer science junior.
Yeah.
I would like to piggyback off of that piggyback, I think. And I wanted to ask if there were any plans to hire more faculty to cover like the HSA department. Because I, for example, I'm trying to concentrate in Africana studies, but I have to go and take classes of the other 4 Cs in order to finish that. So I was wondering if there were any plans to kind of like cover the distribution, because we also, it's a requirement for us to take 4 HSAs as a student.
Right, right. Thank you. Yeah, again, I'd have to ask for help from Tom on the specific, perhaps distribution for the future. As you see, the current searches include an HSA line in architecture. Can you say a little bit more, Tom, about
Yeah, sure.
the next hires?
The HSA department's actually grown a little bit in the last year or two. And you're right, we don't have direct coverage here in Africana Studies. The way we typically do the department searches, so in any particular department, the faculty in that department get together and decide what they think is most important for the students. What are they hearing the students need? Obviously there's lots of different things students would like to take classes in, but they're trying to, these are precious spots, as you know, faculty stay for years and years. So when one of these comes up, it's hard. You have to say no to a certain number of things, but they're thinking, they are trying to address student desires, student needs, either in relationship to the person who maybe just retired, where there are lots and lots of people taking courses in X discipline when this person retired. What are we going to do if that person's gone and we can no longer offer courses in that field? Or are we in a situation where we really like to turn and do something somewhat different because we're getting a lot of requests for this certain kind of field that we don't cover right now? And so the 2 hires, for instance, that we're making this year in HSA are fields that we don't have distribution in right now. So I take your question, and it's just really a matter of numbers, small opportunities.
Thank you. And then Peter, yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious if you could give us, I'm Peter Osgood, sorry. I'm Peter Osgood. I'm one of Tira's helpful hands in admission. And I'm curious if you can give us some insight into kind of the collective conversations with the President's Council. What are some of the key themes that have percolated up? You know, there's some culture wars going about the value of higher education. There have been lawsuits. There's all kinds of stuff that you guys could talk about. And I'm curious if there are things that are specific to Claremont or, you know, collectively that are on your radar.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that question as well. All right. Well, I'm going to share with you all that I actually cried at the last President's Council meeting. I don't even think I told my cabinet about this. Well, I won't go into all details, but one of the things that I really have just such a heart for across the Claremont colleges is the opportunities we should have to collaborate as a consortium of colleges. And the group plan, the Claremont group plan, was this, bold idea, creating this community around the life of the mine here. And it's been an amazing success over the past 100 years. But let me get to the point of why I cried. So it was 40 years ago this year that my mother dropped me off for move-in weekend at Claremont McKenna College. One of my favorite places was Honnold Library. I know times have changed, libraries have changed, but I go back into Honnold now and it just makes me so sad. I'm just being honest. It is, to me, a true example of tragedy of the commons, frankly. And it just has not gotten the collective attention that it deserves. That was something that we talked about. There are many, many ways in which we could rethink how we envision Honnold Library. Libraries have changed across the country. We could be thinking about computational thinking and any number of things, right? So it's something that we're having conversations about and have ongoing plans now, after I've dried my tears, to invite those from the libraries in to tell us what they're thinking, what their aspirations are. But I share that as one example of something that is an ongoing element of the Council of Presidents agenda. Another one that I will share is that I was just nominated, elected, appointed one of the co-chairs of the TCCS Land Use Committee along with President Amy Marcus Newhall, as well as one of the directors of TCCS, of the Claremont Colleges Services Board. So the three of us will be co-chairing the committee to look at the property north of Foothill. Where the conversation started initially was just sort of like, we have this property, what might be permissible ideas? Does anybody want to throw something out? Was kind of the way the conversation started. But a few of us kind of really challenged that notion and said, can you imagine any other institution, any university getting 46 acres next to it? USC would give their eye teeth for 46 acres next to their campus, right? Most places would, most places of size, of the collective size of the Claremont colleges would see 46 acres as a remarkable once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So we tried to reshape that conversation. We did reshape that conversation. And our intention, the three of us, is to think about what that might be north of Foothill in the next decades. And again, this is not going to be something quick, right? It's truly an example of planting trees, the fruit of which you will not see. But in 50 years, come back to, let's see, 50 years. I might make it that long. I don't know. My grandmothers both did live to pass 100. But in 40 years, 50 years, it come back and it will have transformed into something. How can we be intentional about that? And that's another example of the type of work, right? I'm trying to give an example of the type of work that the Council of Presidents collectively are looking at, right? It's those really sort of very community or the communal resources and long-term outlook for those resources that are in our charge. Thank you.